All right, everyone. Welcome to our weekly market overview. Sa mga hindi pa po nakakaalam, what we do here is we look at the PSEI or the index just to give us an overview or a bigger picture of what's been happening in the market. Tapos tinitignan din po natin yung mga sectoral indices from a higher time frame point of view para lang magkaroon ng konting confluence or madagdagan ng conviction yung iba nating mga trade ideas when it comes to particular stocks in various sectors, no? This will be our last weekly market overview for 2021. Magpapasko na next weekend, so advance Merry Christmas to all of you. Tapos after that, New Year. So also advanced Happy New Year to all of you. So konting pahinga muna. Focus on things outside of trading and come back next year refreshed and ready to go. At least for me. Sa mga iba sa inyo na sasabak pa, good luck. Okay? Now, as always, we'll start off sa weekly chart ng PSEI. So, ano nga ba ang nangyari last week? So, last week, we came back and filled the gap here, no? Okay, we finally filled this gap and price is still holding around mga 7.3 na area, 7.297, diba? So what we want to see here is babalik ba yung price dito sa area na to kung saan nag-iwal siya ng double top, diba? Kasi price came back, nag-hold as support itong area natin na in-identify repeatedly na, diba? Ilang beses natin sinasabi na nag-hold tong area na to as support, price came back, move back up, nag-hold siya. So, is price gonna come back and tag tong double top na to? And if so, mababasag ba to by the end of 2021? Kung mabasag tong 7.5 na area, then as we discussed before, mag-open up tong range na to, possibly all the way hanggang 8.2. Okay, however, para mabigyan tayo ng mas detailed na view, let's just quickly peek into the daily chart, no? So sa daily chart, yun nga, nagkaroon tayo ng konting overshoot. We exceeded tong white zone na tinitingnan natin before. Okay? Possible pa rin. Looking at this na mag-form tayo ng head and shoulders pattern around here. So hindi pa tayo out of the woods. Okay? So for me, ang negation nito is if mabasag natin tong 7.5 na area. As we said, pag nag-open up yan, then that opens up the possibility na maabot tong 8.2. Although, alam natin na may levels here around 7.650 to 7.7 and then again at around 7.879 na area. Okay, so just something to keep in mind. Ang ayaw nating makita dito sa PSEI, as discussed before, is for price to come down and actually take out this low. Pag nabasag yan, lalo na if mabasag yan, then price comes back, tags this from underneath, mag-hold, then we push lower, then likely we come back and revisit tong support at 6.7 and at that point, depende on how everything shapes up, baka hindi na mag-iitsurang bullish yung chart natin, no? Of course, there's always the distinct possibility na bumalik tayo sa malaking range na to, diba? Essentially, we are here. So, possible pa na bumalik tayo, tas mag-form tayo ng very, very big range here from 6.2 pataas, no? But, again, wag natin pangunahan. Basta for now, in the short term, yun yung ayaw kong makita, na mabasag to the downside and we start forming at mabuo tong head and shoulders sa pattern. Balikan natin yung 6.7. If mabasag yan, then we might come back and tag these lows here. Okay? So hopefully, di naman po siya mangyari. And if mangyari man po siya, next year pagbalik natin, titignan po natin ano itsura ng structure and we'll be sure to discuss it very succinctly and with great detail, no, para clean at malinis yung plano natin heading into 2022. Okay? So next, let's take a look at INDU. Alright, so yung INDU, essentially walang nangyari. We tried to push lower, but what happened was we are just ranging in this area here. Okay? So, we tried to trade beneath itong low ng candle na to. Kung nakikita nyo, di ba may candle tayo na nasa loob ng range nitong mas malaki. Let me zoom in a bit. Di ba? Itong green candle is within the range of the red candle prior to it. This one. Okay? So ngayon, ang nangyari, price tried to trade beneath it, but nag-reject tayo to the upside. So, ano yung mga potential scenarios dito? Possible na we come back at the very least, fill this gap, and then we can assess from there. Okay? We can assess from there kung pwede nga ba tumulak to the upside after niya umabot doon? Or baka price comes up, mag-hold to, tapos doon tayo mag-roll over. Okay, ang ayaw nating makita based on this is mabasag to the downside. If mabasag tong low ng candle na to the downside, then highly likely we come back and tag tong range na to up to yung range low of around 9,750 more or less. Kung mabasag pa yung 9,750, then this range beneath opens up all the way hanggang 8,950, 8,940 na area. Pero, let's say na bumalik siya dyan, mag-fill yung gap, then we push higher. Ang gusto nating makita is ma-break tong double top na nag-form dito. Okay, I'm sure pag tinignan nyo to sa lower time frame, very clear to na double top. We won't do it, no? But, sure ako. Pag tinignan, actually, gawin na lang natin. Yan, may clear double top tayo dito. If you look at it from even a lower time frame, yeah, may very clear double top na naiwan dyan. So from there, kung mabasag natin yan to the upside, ang next resistance level natin is 11,168. And if mabasag natin yan, then possibly we can come back and target these highs here. Diba? Yung mga range highs around 11,900 to 12,000. Okay? But for now, nag-range lang siya. And the possibility exists na baka for the remainder of 2021, mag-range na lang muna tayo. Okay? So let's see, no, lalo na kapag holidays na talaga, baka kumonti rin yung liquidity ng market, baka mas madaling maitulak, mag-iba yung itsura ng chart, and we'll discuss that if and when that happens. Okay? Next, let's take a look at holdings. So hold, again, price came back, tag support here. As we discussed, nandito pa rin tayo sa wider range na to, no? But price has come back, filled and exceeded the gap. Now it's looking like it might come back and tag tong range swing high na to around 7,374 na area. If mabasag natin yan, then we might come back and tag tong high na to at 7,600, and if we can break that, 8,180 na yung next natin. Itong range na to mag-open up. Pero wag natin sobrang pangunahan. It doesn't mean na dapat, jump in na tayo kasi ganon. At least not for me. We are still essentially stuck in chop. So, theoretically, dapat hindi to mangiiwan lang ng basta-basta. It should give you an opportunity, assuming you are looking at holding firms na may gusto kayong pasukin, to possibly get in kasi nga, we're still stuck in chop, still stuck in range. Ang ayaw natin makita is for price to break to the downside, break beneath this support low. So that's around 6,600, no? Kung mabasag yan, it opens up this range beneath all the way hanggang 5,850. Okay? Pero it doesn't mean na diretso siya doon, ha? I do acknowledge na may support level here around 6,200 and again at around 6,000. It's just that ito kasi yung extreme na low, kaya dyan ko linagay yung level ko. But I'm aware na meron tayong swing lows right here. Okay? But so far, at least, diba, tumutulak siya pataas. Maybe we will push back up. Again, let's see what happens. Okay? Next, let's take a look at mining, no? So mining, tuloy lang tayo to the downside. Last week, sabi natin parang nag-range lang tayo. This week, tuluyan na, binasag. And we have now more or less returned dito sa 9,018 natin na support level. Okay? Whether or not this holds from here remains to be seen. If it holds, maybe we come back and trade within this range here, no? If it breaks, then that opens up the range beneath. Kapag nabasag to the downside, then yung magiging range niya medyo malaki from 8,066 hanggang mga 9,020. Okay, let's see what happens kung mabasag man to. Kung mag-hold, then maybe it pushes higher again, possibly hanggang dito sa resistance natin at around 10,070. If mabasag yung 10,070, then we might come back and tag etong 10,900 na area. Okay, but for now, again, we are stuck in this range. Alam ko nagsasawa na kayo. Unfortunately, talagang ganun yung structure. At least ganun yung basa ko. We are stuck within this range. So again, kapag sa mga ganong opportunities, ganong types of environment, kung talagang meron kayong gusto, diba? Tapos nagbigay siya ng opportunity, meron sa setup nyo and everything, then possibly you might be able to find some type of low risk, higher reward type of setup, again, depending on what you like to do. Next, silipin po natin ang SERV. Okay? So SERV, we have pushed higher again. So sabi nga natin, price pushed here, came back, pushed, tas nagko-conso tayo dito sa high, di ba? Unfortunately, di tayo nag-close dito sa mga swing highs na to, no? Ng 2020, more or less. We tried to push up pero nag-close tayo at 2018, nabitin pa ng konti. Will this continue heading into next week? Let's see. Okay, napag-usapan natin last week sa daily charting sessions natin yung TEL. And as we were discussing, hadn't been able to break above 1.8, it would likely have pushed higher, and it did, no? Nag-push tayo to 1.9. Okay? Be sure, kung gusto nyo, you can go back, rewatch that video, help yourself by setting targets, ganon, set expectations. Diba? Huwag nating ipilit, huwag tayong maging unrealistic na, hindi, kailangan umabot na ng 5,000, ganon. Huwag naman natin po ipilit yung ganon, no? Let's be realistic. Trade smartly. Huwag natin ibalik yung kinita natin sa market. Be sure to honor your stops had you jumped into that trade prior. Okay? I'll put a link to that video in the description box below if you wanna check it kasi isa yun sa mga dahilan bakit ito nag-push. Okay? Bakit ito tumulak to the upside. So, something to watch out for lang as we consolidate in the highs. Kapag kakunwari nag-hold to, tas we start pushing lower, then baka bumalik lang tayo sa area of consolidation na to. Baka madamay din. Diba? Yung ibang mga stocks within this sector. So, again, you want to watch out for that. Okay? If we break to the downside, either mabasag natin tong swing low na to around 1.9 or mabasag to around 1.860, 1.850, then there's a chance na mag-push back tayo into this blue zone. And as we've discussed in previous weeks' videos, should price come back here, it would be an interesting area if only because this used to be an area of previous highs bago tayo nag-breakout dito, no? So it would be curious or interesting to see what price would do if bumalik siya dito. However, kung basagin lang natin to, let's say dumiretso, diba? Mabasag yung 2062 to the upside, then yung next resistance levels natin will be around here, mga 2122 na area. And if mabasag yon, then these highs here around 23, 2270. Alright? So yun po yung sa SERV. If sabihin natin it pulls down, tas mabasag tong blue, I would be a lot more wary where price would go. Dapat maging mas conservative na, at least for me, dahil parang hindi nagaganda yung itsura ng chart. Ang lalim na nung hinukay niya, kumbaga. So, should that happen, we'll discuss it then. Next, let's take a look at FINA, no? So, FINA, as we discussed nga, price came back. Tag, ito, yung mga previous highs, di ba? As we discussed. Tapos from there, we pushed higher, filled the gap from this last week. Then this week, we continued to push higher. And it's looking like baka balikan natin tong 1654 na high. Okay? Which was incidentally itong low na to. But for me, para talagang sinasabi natin pwede magtuloy, kailangan mabasag tong range na to. Bakit tong range na to? Kasi meron tayong cluster of lows here, here, and so on. If mabasag tong 1688 na area, we might come back and fill this gap here. Tapos, let's worry about kung kaya niyang basagin itong set of lows na to dito if that happens. Diba? As I always say, wag natin sobrang pangunahan kasi baka masyado tayo namang maging itchy yung trigger finger. Diba? What we don't want to see here is for price to break down, take out tong low na to. So that low is 1511. Kung mabasag natin yan, price might come back to this previous range here and baka ma-stuck muna siya dyan ulit. Kasi medyo matagal-tagal din siya naipit dito eh, di ba? Pag na-stuck muna siya dyan ulit, then baka medyo mahirap na, di ba? Baka bumaba ulit ng konti yung prices. Then, tignan natin kung from there, kaya mag-hold tong support at 1361. Pero for now, we are trading within this range ng 1530 hanggang 1650, 1680 nga, no? So, let's hope na babasag to the upside, mabasag niya tong area na to so we can start pushing higher. Alright? And then finally, let's take a look at So, properties. So, properties, still stuck in the range. Again, I know, nagsasawa na kayong sabihin ko yun. Unfortunately, yun talaga yung nangyayari, ano? So, it tried to push higher, tried to push lower, but essentially, we ended the week with nothing happening. Diba? Nag-doji lang tayo. Hindi gumalaw yung price. We're essentially just where we started. So, we want to see from here if price can push up and break above tong 3460 na level. If mabasag yan, then that opens up this range above hanggang 3866. If, however, price pushes to the downside, mabasag natin tong 29 na area, then price might come back to this range here from 2570 hanggang 29. And if mabasag pa tong 2570, then baka mas malalim pa lalo ang hukayan niya. So, wag naman sana, no? But for now, we are still range bound. We are still stuck in chop. Okay? So, let's see what happens from here. I know, nakakasawa pakinggan, but as I always say, minsan talaga sa trading, you need to just exercise patience. You need to find an environment kung nasaan yung edge mo. Kung wala yung environment na yon, or we're currently under a market cycle na hindi favorable para sa inyo, then it's okay to not trade. It's okay to just step aside and wait for when conditions are right for you. Hindi po kailangan laging mag-trade. Okay? Para sa akin, mas okay na kumikita ng pakonti-konti or ng dahan-dahan kaysa na pipilitin natin na kailangan laging jackpot tapos ang kahihinatnan naman ay natatalo or nalulugi. Alright? So guys, dito po nagtatapos yung video natin. Dito nagtatapos yung weekly market overview. I hope kahit papano ay nakatulong po to sa inyo and meron kayong natutunan kahit papano. And as always guys, maraming salamat po sa panonood. I really appreciate it. Good luck and happy trading!